everyone, it's your girl, Eno. How are you today? Thank you so much for joining me on this new channel. Absolutely Eno, you are absolutely welcome. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video to anybody you know who is interested in speaking, public speaking, coaching, storytelling, and so on and so forth. We're just going to play as we go along, and I look forward to connecting with some of you on this particular channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the importance of storytelling in a presentation or speech. That's my expertise. I've been speaking for several years now, and one of the things that I find that I use to engage people the most is telling stories. The good thing about storytelling is I find that it helps me relax. Many of us have a fear of public speaking, and speaking in front of a lot of people is not necessarily the easiest thing to do for many people. But I find when I tell stories, I'm able to better connect with the audience. It allows me to connect with them in a way that makes me come out to be more authentic, because 9 out of 10 times, well, 10 out of 10 times, I'm talking about something that I know about. And it causes me immediately to remind myself that I'm the authority on this particular subject, and because of it, I'm more relaxed. So here are some reasons why I believe you should use storytelling to connect more with your audience and how it enhances your speech. Have you ever heard a speaker start a presentation with an amazing story that just has everybody sitting at the edge of their seats? I remember one time I went to a presentation and the speaker was just so dynamic. He was just connecting with the audience, and he had all of us eating out of the palm of his hands. He told this story in the most attention-grabbing way possible. That is what a story can do. By the time you finish a story, whether it be a short story or a long story, you get your audience to be on your side. And I feel like it's something that you don't have to master when you start, but with time, you can get better. What a story does for your speech is that it gives your story life. It's one thing to tell people how to go about doing something, but if you give examples of things that you've done in a storytelling fashion, it brings life to the story and it gives life to the speech in the sense that it becomes almost three-dimensional. So rather than say, all you have to do is go to the store, buy some vegetables, and become a healthier person, you instead say, I went to the store, I bought these vegetables, I started to eat healthy, and all of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, I saw that my skin started to get better. I saw that my body was responding positively to the food. That's a whole different presentation. It is easier to get vocal variety in a speech. A lot of times people are tired of hearing presenters sound like this because they tell stories that sound like, once upon a time, ladies and gentlemen, I had low self-esteem and today my self-esteem is higher. Contrast that with the storyteller who says something like, ladies and gentlemen, once upon a time I had low self-esteem and all of a sudden I took this seminar and I became a better speaker. That's vocal variety. Sometimes you hear somebody use a low voice to bring the audience in like they're in on a secret, or loud to get their attention. That's something you should do because you can do it. That's called vocal variety. Well, if you're telling a story, I believe it's a great way to get not only the audience attention, to give life to a speech, but it also allows you to incorporate vocal variety easily because of all the characters that you could possibly involve in a speech, and using their voice as you engage in dialogue between the characters allows it to be much more engaging in storytelling fashion. If you incorporate storytelling in a speech, it makes it easier to access the authentic you. When I used to give presentations, for the longest time, I would give these amazing speeches, but you would not hear me in the speech. So what that would sound like is I'm telling you tips on how to grow your plants, for example, and how to incorporate all the things that the plant needs to grow and sound really good and confident, but I wouldn't tell you how I did it. And what I'm noticing now in this day and age of social media, Instagram, Vine, Snapchat, where people's attention span is that small, people want to hear the real you. So tell me how you've used these tips. Tell me how you had an epiphany from how you got from where you were to where you are today. Sharing stories, I believe, allows you to become more authentic and more accessible to who you really are. It allows you to share in a very authentic way, which in so many ways is sort of lost on us today. Public speaking is made to be much more fun if you tell stories. When I'm coaching people on public speaking, one of the things that I want to see them do is tell a story. The reason I believe that storytelling is a much easier way of overcoming your fear of public speaking is that it allows you to access something that you already know about. If you talk about something you already know about, you don't have to memorize it, you don't have to research it. Have you ever seen someone give a speech trying to sound intelligent or academic, and it's something that they had to research? Not that anything is wrong with research, but if you're initially trying to overcome your fear of public speaking, I believe if you just talk about what you know in storytelling fashion, it calms those nerves just a little bit, and it makes you less on as a presenter or as a person, and you become more relatable. It makes it more fun. Overall, if you incorporate stories in a presentation or speech, one of the things you get to do is sound like you know what you're talking about. I believe it helps you relax. Storytelling is also a way to give more body to your speech. People think sometimes that it's difficult to do a 30-minute speech sometimes or a 45-minute speech, but if you think of it in terms of I'm sharing something with somebody, I'm not just giving boring tips, but I'm going to show you how I use these tips. It makes it something that is so much more accessible for you as a speaker to get to the hearts of the audience that you're speaking to. That's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Join me on Facebook, Africa's Ambassador of Possibility. Thank you so much for going on this journey with me. And don't forget what I always say, it's up to you to make it a great day.